AI is definitely coming to Hollywood.
Okay, I think I found my dragon.
It may not be there just yet, but this new update by Higgsfield AI gets us closer than ever before. This new update is an amazing one, and it's called...
This popcorn update is amazing, guys.
Popcorn, an amazing tool for AI storyboards. And apparently it delivers better character consistency and scene continuity and setting consistency than both Nano Banana and Seedream. Simply enter in a simple idea for a story, and then Higgsfield Popcorn will instantly provide you with multiple matching shots. Same character, same style, same world. It's like Sora 2, but this time you have the full control. Think of it as your storyboard generator, image editor, and scene director, all wrapped up into one. But perhaps the best part is the ability to have full character consistency, better facial features, clothing, and overall environment. When you upload your image as a reference, every frame will then use that exact reference.
If only I could go back to the 90s.
It's exact character consistency.
Hey, Eric! Welcome back to the 90s! They missed you!
And now here we are right now on Higgsfield AI. And if you don't have a subscription to Higgsfield AI yet, I highly recommend you do. There's a link in the description. Now once you're in here, it really is like being a real director. Easily creates a storyboard that lets you plan and visualize your ideas before generation. Now today, I want to give you a lot of awesome examples, so make sure you follow along closely because what you can do with this is very impressive. So once we're in here, you can see we're going to have two options. We have manual and auto. Okay, if I select auto, you can see right down here with this plus button, upload up to 4 reference images to edit, extend, or use in a storyboard, and then simply describe your story, and you can also add optional image references like character, location, vibe, etc. If I go back to manual, it's going to operate in a similar way, but now we have these 4 other scenes where we can write exactly what will happen in each of these 4 scenes. I can even hit this plus button to add a new scene. I have the ability to select up to 8 results. In addition to the aspect ratio, everything from 3:4 all the way down to wider 16:9. If I open up this one I did earlier today, check this out. Very simple. All I did was put this on auto, and I just said a Viking warrior walking through the mountains of Norway. Now, for the first time using this, I didn't necessarily use a reference image, but you could see right off the bat, look at everything it provided for me. 4 scenes, and in each of the images and each of the scenes, it's full character consistency, the same vibe, genre, style. So let's go ahead and start this process. Now, what I want to do since I have some very good examples, we're going to start with the more simplistic approach. So the first thing I'll do is come over here into my prompts portal and let's quickly find an image we want to use as reference. I'm in cinematic. Let's switch it up and go to my editorial tab over here. And I think I already know which one I want to use. Let's scroll down and download one of these images. Okay, we'll go ahead and open up this one right here. This is a good one. Let's download this one. This will be the first character reference that we'll use.
Check the links in the description for most amazing prompts databases ever.
Now, back in Higgsfield, remember we have auto selected. Let's now go ahead and bring in our reference image. There we have it. It is appearing right here. Now, remember, we can use up to 4, but that's going to be more of the advanced styles, which we'll go to soon. So now let's go ahead and enter in our prompt. Very simple. We're going to go ahead and say the woman searches for her dragon in the mountains of Norway, and then we're going to add some specific keywords at the end to get a different style of vibe. I'll select 4 results. It's this simple. Go ahead and now select generate. Okay, now we're gonna have 4 in queue at the same time. Now, while this is syncing, let's move on and find the image for our next prompt. Now, this next one is gonna be incredibly impressive. We're gonna take an image of a person and it's gonna keep the same character consistency, but we're gonna completely change up the style and get images that are gonna be more animated.
I found the puppy.
Let's go with this guy right here. So now there's my image. I'm gonna go ahead and just drop it in here, and now there it is. Now for our prompt this time, we'll do something completely different. Remember, I said we're gonna make it more animated. Oh wow, but first, look, it looks like our first storyboard is done, and from the looks of everything, this looks fantastic. Look at this woman right here. That is exactly her. Now, for reference, remember this is the image I first uploaded. Let's bring her somewhat side by side. You could see right here. In this case, I wanted a more vintage style look, and so that's why it looks like that. Exactly what I was wanting.
Okay, I think I found my dragon.
It understood the exact genre and style and kept the character consistent. Now, going back to our other one, the second one we were going to do, there's our man that's uploaded. And now I'll just say the man's looking for a panda in a forest, but this time we're going to say it's going to be in a different and specific style. Okay, there it is right there. Let's go ahead and now generate this one. Again, we're still in auto mode. Now, while this one is thinking, let's take a look at what we're going to do for our third example. This time, we're going to use a person, but now we're going to have them using an object in a specific environment. Now, for this one, let's choose a different person. Let's go ahead and open up this one right here. Let's download this one, and now click and drop her right there. And now what we're going to do is paste my prompt in, a woman with an object from the first image. Okay, wait, now before we take our first step, look at this right here. Here is the first image we got of that man looking for his panda. Amazing job. And again, it's animated. And now the man has actually found his panda, and now finally there he is riding the panda. Okay, here we go. How about a purse like this? We'll download this one, or I can even download this one right here. We'll try one of these, okay? And so next, let's go ahead and bring one of these in. Click and drop the actual object. There's that purse. Now let's go ahead and bring in our woman. And now there she is right there. And now I pasted it in the prompt, very simple. A woman with an object from the first image walks through Miami. Let's go ahead and now generate this one. Okay, so while we wait on this one, let's go ahead and take things up a notch. So the first thing I need to do is bring in two characters, and then I want to bring in a third image, and it's going to be an actual scene. So here is the first woman right here. Let's drop her there. We'll stick with the same man and now drop him there. Now let's bring in a scene. There's going to be a modern style, good looking living room or a bedroom. And now as far as the prompt, it's this simple. Put character from image 1 and character from image 2 into the same scene as in image 3. Now, if it could pull this off, I'll be very impressed. Now let's go ahead and select the generate. Now we'll have two going at the same time. Okay, so now it's time to take things up a notch even more. Okay, so I have my image uploaded. Here is, for reference, going to be the image I just uploaded for my character. Now, the prompt is simple. The woman walks on a New York City street and meets a cute dog in clothes, standing like a human, and talks with it. So now what I'll do is I have two of these images over here as reference images. Very simple. Now with the prompt I'll use, extend this sequence with shocking emotions. And now, just like that, let's see what this can come up with. Okay, so while this is thinking, now let's head over and do some things in manual mode. So now what I'm gonna do is let's bring up an image like this and two people. We're gonna see if we can emulate that same sort of a scene with our two characters used as reference images. So let's come in here and bring in our first character. There she is. And now let's come in here and bring in our second one. We're gonna bring in this Viking warrior man. For reference, there he is right there, okay? Now, the third thing we'll bring in is this pose. I'm only gonna have one scene in here, okay? And it's gonna say, put a man with a woman in the setting from image 3 with similar poses. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Now, before we do that, let's scroll down and look at what we got for our extension of a scene with more emotion. Look at this right here. The woman and the dog are talking, and then all of a sudden she has like this shocked look on her face. Now, the other thing we can do that's going to be really cool about this is I can bring in another image and completely extend the actual aspect ratio, and it's actually going to look very good. Check this out. Let's remove everything we have right here, and now let's bring in another image. There it is right there. And as far as our prompt is concerned, let's say something like, expand the background, but keep it the same. Just expand it to reveal the behind the scenes lighting of the set. Okay, let's generate that one. Now we can even do the same thing with like a similar pose. So for an example, if you look at this screen right here, I have this superhero that looks to be flying in the air. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is let's get that same pose with somebody, okay? Let's bring in our first image of that woman. Now I'm gonna bring in this superhero one right here. What I'll say is, do the same action pose as in image 2 for the character in image 1. The background is plain white. And now finally, the last thing we can do is I can come in here and drop in an image I have of any particular product. Do the same thing, but this time I could say something like create a hyper-realistic image, make it UGC content, and then change the background to anything that you want. Okay, so check out this right here. So as you can see, this is gonna be the original image. Now I get this same image. The background is now exactly what I was wanting. Okay, so let's go back into Higgsfield because it does look like we do have a few things that have been completed. Now, for our most recent one, remember I had this original image right here. Okay, this is going to be a 9:16 aspect ratio. I simply said expand the background, keep it the same, and now look at that. It did it perfectly. Everything's identical, instant expansion of the background, and it looks like it blends in perfectly. Remember where I said put character from image 1 and character from image 2 into the same scene, that modern style living or that bedroom? Look at that. All 4, amazing job as well. And now finally, the woman with the object, look at that. The purse is identical to the object I uploaded. Okay, and now it looks like our other creations are done. Check these out and how great everything turned out. So there you have it, another amazing update by Higgsfield AI. Popcorn. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and remember to check the links in the description. And again, if you like this video, please remember to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.
Hit that subscribe, cause I'm a prompt star. Come and get in my car. Your dreams are never far. Subscribe to the mule. This channel is so cool. If it's the last thing you do, subscribe to Metrics Mule. Yes, I got the tips, tons of prompts and